This is incredibly stressful. Like what? This shouldn't be stressful. This should be fun. But I'm stressed about picking what, like thinking about what I need to leave behind. I'm Yvette, I'm an all-round crafty person, and I'm going on holiday in less than 2 weeks, and I'm gone for a month, and I need some help picking crafts to take with me on the road. A little about me is I have always 100 work in progresses. I get bored of something, I put it down, I start something else. I like to change around with many different things, and my current main interest is sewing and knitting. So I'm like, what do I do when I'm on the road? I'm not going to take my sewing machine, and basically my trip is that my family and I are in a motorhome and we're driving to Tasmania. We're there for 3 weeks and then we've got about a week on the way back. Now, this motorhome is so large that it needs a special license, which I don't have. I have a regular license, and so I can't drive it, and my husband can, and he's going to drive it the whole way. So I'm going to be the passenger princess the whole time. So I need some help picking projects that would be good to do whilst I'm sitting on the road. Like, I'm thinking obviously knitting, but I thought I'd share a few other ones that I would consider and everything else. So anyway, this is a video basically for enablers. If you're an enabler, please say, take everything, take every little work in progress you have that isn't sewing. And for that, I say thank you. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm thinking about bringing in, and yeah. First off, I'm going to go through knitting. I'm currently making the step-by-step sweater by Florence, I think it's in her username, and I am knitting with 2 different yarns, a merino wool and a Noro silky one. Silk Garden Light Solo. It's silk and mohair and wool. I got this on clearance. It's beautiful. It's got like a little bit of, yeah, it's gorgeous. And yeah, and pairing it with this, which I got off like a Facebook marketplace, I got a lot of it for 20 bucks, and it's merino wool and it's like a light DK weight. They kind of both are. And I started making the jumper with this one, and it nowhere near met gauge, and so I thought I need to actually pair it with something the same, and I thought double strand, and then I ended up going to a yarn store, and we were sort of chatting, and I thought this. So I'm just showing you that. It kind of looks like caramel slice, and my thing is that the body, like the cuff will be like, I'll be knitting with just those 2 strands, but the body I'm going to mainly knit with just the brown, and then have little bits of this kind of, I'm going to call it caramel bits throughout, and it's like a really easy jumper to work on. Like, I'm not an experienced knitter, so I mean it's going to be hard for me, but it's a little bit more mindless and fun, and so I kind of stopped knitting it because I knew my holiday's coming up and I can do it there. So this one I'm definitely going to take. So I've been like fascinated by color work, and I bought this beautiful pattern by, I'm not even going to attempt to say the name, but I bought their book, and the book's in Danish, and I feel so silly. And yeah, anyway, I don't speak Danish, I hardly speak English. I decided to just buy their pattern, which is the Mood Beanie, and it's like a colour work, it's like a Fair Island, I'm going to say it wrong, I stopped, like, you need to please forgive me. And I have like 2 balls of this. It's like a yarn that's been on my stash for, I don't know, for forever. I think I was going to make a beanie for my daughter, and then I got something else. So I think I've had this for maybe about 3-4 years. And then I have, I think 3 balls of this Morrison Stunts red. And this is honestly like 5 years old. And I thought, well, I just want to use the stuff I have. And I think doing a beanie, even though it's like a tricky colorworks technique, like, might as well just give it a go. Like, the worst I can do is not wear it and be able to wear it. So I thought I'd take this because it's small and it's complicated. So if I wanted to just like focus in on something, and yeah, so that's my next one. This one I'm currently working on, and I don't know, I feel like I'm going to finish it before then, but I'm also deluded and I have no sense of time. But I was making the Novice Slipover by PetiteKnit. I really want a vest, and I really want a black one. I haven't been able to find one all winter in like the fabric I want, which is like wool. It's always like acrylic or something. So I thought, I'll just make it. It's a pretty quick knit, and I feel like I'm going to do it before then, which will be good because then I can wear it on holiday because Tassie's cold. But if not, I think I'll take it because it's not that much yarn and everything else. But yeah, I'm like, okay, so that's like 3 knitting projects. Now, 2 things I'm a bit unsure of. I have this beautiful yarn from Bendigo Woolen Mills, and I bought it out of like desperation, basically. I have a favorite jumper, and it's like oversized and perfect and everything else, and I shrunk it in the wash. I think I got it from Assembly Label. Anyway, I saw this beautiful yarn and I was like, I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna make it, and I just, I'll have my favorite jumper back. So I kind of want to make another jumper, probably even the same pattern as the Florence one, or I could even do like a petite knit one. Like I want something kind of oversized. So part of me is like, you could make this, you can make one. And like, I don't know, like I am going to be on the road a lot. Am I being deluded to think that bringing, 4 knitting projects is too much? More? I don't know. I've already lost track. But see, the novelty as well. Like if I get bored of something, I'll be like, I've got this. I'm going to start this. I don't know. And then another curveball. I just started to learn to crochet, and I want to make a bag. And so I thought, I'm just gonna like crochet, and also this is the only ball of yarn. It's not really yarn. I forgot what it's called. I guess it is yarn, right? Is it? I don't know. Crocheters, please let me know. I want to make like a big tote bag, and I even have like leather straps and stuff. And then like sew a lining and a magnetic closure. So I thought I could bring this project along, but I probably need to get another ball of this. It's a bit heavy. It's a bit mindless, which is good. And yeah, I thought, should I take this? I don't know. I don't love crochet. I think I don't love it because I'm a lefty and I find the tutorials a bit tricky in my head. And yeah, so this I'm like, I really want that bag, but doing the actual crochet doesn't make my heart sing. So do I need to worry about my heart? Maybe I do. And then I thought I saw the Maggie vest by PetiteKnit, and so I have more yarn. I had this beautiful, I can't find it. I have the by Bendigo Woolen Mill. I have this beautiful like red yarn that fits perfectly with gauge. It's the same color as this Morris and Son one, and so I'm like, should I take that too? That makes my heart sing more than the crochet. But the crochet, I feel like it's a bit smaller, though it's a bit heavier. Should I take everything? And this is just the knitting and crochet fiber arts section. And realistically, we'll be driving down. It's going to be a good 9 hours to the boat. Then we're going to be on the boat and cross, and then driving around. Every time we do move location, it'll be a good like 2-3 hours max a day of driving. So like I might have a lot of time. And then yeah, when we're going back home, if we got a week that we can just like drive around and do things, I don't know, do stuff. So next up I have 2 sewing projects, and they'll be hand sewing because I'm not taking my machine. My mother-in-law got me this quilting cotton, and I have wanted to make couch cushions with these on it just to like jazz it up a bit. So I thought I could do the paper piece hexagon thing, like cutting them out, sticking it on, hand stitching it. I thought it would be good for maybe like when we've set up and we're having some downtime or the kids are asleep and whatever else. I've really wanted to do this. It's always just, I've always put it in the back burner because, I mean, I just like making clothes, I suppose, at the moment. That's my really big thing. But at the same time, I really want to make these cushions. My aim is to have it before we move back to our old house, because we've been moving around a little bit the last few years. And yeah, I really want to make our house, when we move back into an actual proper home, it feels like we're just so transient at the moment. So I thought I could bring this and work on it, and different sizes, and yeah. I think that might be good. And also I'm not very good at hand stitching, so I think it would be good practice for me to do. And then another sewing thing is, I'm not going to grab all, actually no, I'm going to show you. This is ridiculous. So I have this giant mushroom of linen scraps. Now, some of them I bought off people, like they were selling their scrap piles. And I had this idea that I want to make my own textiles by cutting, you know, little pieces and stitching them together, and that I'll make a beautiful outfit when I find the most perfect pattern ever. So it's been a thing that I've kept on putting in the back burner for a lot. I bought these off DIY Daisy. She was basically, the majority of it is that stuff. And I thought I could bring some scraps and cut them and like not stitch them because I don't want to hand stitch them. I'll just use the sewing machine and I want to use the serger. But I can cut them all up because that's probably the most time consuming bit. And then I have all of, like, not going to take the whole thing, but take a bunch of it. And then I have the start of my textile pieces. I was inspired by a jacket I saw on Instagram. I'll put a picture somewhere because it was beautiful. I just thought it looked so intricate and beautiful. I really love the idea of modern quilting. I have been following a lot of modern quilting stuff, and I'm interested in making like textiles for the home as well as like stuff to wear, and I have so much that I can do that, and I don't like fabric to go to waste, so I keep everything. So I thought I could bring a bit of this, and I have like a small cutting mat and I can just use a roller cutter and do that and bring my scissors. I think it'd be fun and mindless, not obviously to do it when I'm a passenger princess, but on the days that we've sort of set up for a few days camp, and you know, doing it when yeah, I don't know. I'm like, is that a realistic thing? Am I dreaming? Probably, but I like options, and I'm a bit more, yeah, I don't know. There's so much. There's every single color of the rainbow in here. I just try and show you some. There's lots of whites as well. Yeah, like every color, which is so, it's so lovely. It's so lovely. Okay, this excites me. I want to do this now, but I actually need to make project bags for some of these things because I don't have enough and I really want to take a lot. Okay, should I take some and start that process? Let me know please. Yeah, so they're my sewing-ish ones. Okay, my last but not least is like beading. I just grabbed, just as an example, like beads and necklaces and stuff. I like making necklaces and jewelry. I like to make stuff for myself, and I thought maybe I can just make a couple of pieces that I've really wanted to make and I haven't because I've been doing other stuff. So I thought it might be a good thing to take with me, just not obviously this much, but just a small amount, and yeah, like I found these really cool things from the op shop. They're like matches, and they're so cool. I have no idea like where or what they're from. And then I got like this chain, and I thought I can attach it to the chain and it'll look really cool to have all these matches hanging. And then, I mean, there's a few necklaces I actually want to fix that I have made. I made this beautiful pearl necklace, and I've actually just, the end is just ripped, and I'm like, oh, I've got to rethread it with silk, and it's very small, intricate, beautiful, and it wasn't, I have to say, the right length for me. It was kind of sitting in an area that I don't like. I like it lower or higher. And then there's another necklace as well that I want to fix. So I'm like, should I bring them to fix, and then maybe this interesting matches necklace, do that. The good thing about this is it's really small. The bad thing is if I drop it, that'll be really messy, and I have little kids. So yeah, when I'm making jewelry and stuff, I tend to do it when my kids are asleep. But yeah, I'm not sure. And I'm also very clumsy. I'm a very clumsy person. So definitely like dropping it. I don't know why this is in there. Anyway, I've got now fluff on me. Should I do some beading? Should I bring this too? And then actually I realized I also have a journal, and I've neglected it, and it's all for like different projects and stuff. So I'm currently like a stay-at-home mum, but when I was working, I was a user experience designer, and I'd freelance as a brand and graphic designer. So I do all of my little things, and I freelance now, like every now and then. Like I'm currently rebuilding my website and all that stuff, and I'm like, all of my ideas and stuff go in my little black book. So I'm like, I'm going to bring this because I think it's a really good thing, and sort of go through projects and sort of give a bit of clarity, because I think like the day-to-day living can be a bit chaotic and stuff, and I'm quite busy as a stay-at-home mum, and I neglect to do these things, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, shiny sewing project, I just want to do that, when I should kind of like focus on like what's a priority, what's things I need. So I'm like, do I go back into this? Like, yeah, obviously I do. So these are going to be like the crafty books that I want to take with me. I want to read the Zero Waste Patterns book by, was it Birgitta Helmersson? I haven't made any of her patterns yet, but I bought this book, and I thought I'll just sort of read and understand the concept of like how to cut it out with the fabric. I love the idea of zero waste projects. I do have a lot of waste, and like I save it all so I can make it into something. Yeah, so I bought this book, and I haven't really read it, so I'm like, be a nice book on the road. The next one is one I got from the op shop, and it's this quilting book, and it's the most beautiful, intricate quilting pieces. It's art. Quilting is art, and I am just so, I just want to look into it in great detail and be inspired to make textiles and beautiful things for my home and for things to wear too. It is incredible. So yeah, I want this book. I just want to see when it was published. I don't actually know when it was published. 1984. So this book is like, what, 4 years older than me? Yeah. So yeah, I want to take that. And last but not least, because in like my non-stay-at-home mum life, I'm a designer, I kind of always feel like I like de-skill. I don't know, like I'm always crafty and creative, but I just like getting like an old logo book that I have and then rereading and sparking a few things. I'm like currently working freelance on a project, a branding project for someone, so I'm like, okay. And like I'm actually like, I feel like there's all these cobwebs in my brain, and there is a few things that is in the works. So I want to do some logo design, like rereading stuff and get inspired. It's like an old book that I got when I was learning, when I changed careers, because I used to be a nurse. So anyway, that's a little factoid about me. I used to be a nurse, and I used to be a roller skating instructor too. That's pretty fun. Anyway, yeah, so these are the books I think I'll take. I'm not going to take too many. I am not a big reader. I like audiobooks, but yeah, sitting down to read a book, I just always put it off unless it's like, yeah, learning or something like that. So this is incredibly stressful. Like, it shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun because I'm picking out hobbies I want to take with me on the road, but I'm a bit stressed because I don't want to leave anything behind. Because what if I want to do it when I'm on the road? What do I do? What do I do? Thank you so much for watching. I did film an outro, but I don't know where it went. I don't know, mustn't have saved it or something like that. But yeah, here's a panicked freeze frame of me with my eyes closed going, oh no, I have a really good problem. Which project do I take? Anyway,